Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Today, we have yet another Link to the Past NMG League Season 4 match. This is the Desert Palace Division Round 3, Flipheal versus Spleebie. On commentary today, we have Malmo and Chex Human, and they'll take it from here.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Malmo. Welcome to another NMG League race. And this league is vanilla preset. And Malmo, do you want to help people understand what that is?
Okay, yeah, so vanilla preset it's NMG, it's the speed run of the game, but instead of speed running the actual vanilla game, we are speed running a vanilla plando of the randomizer. So you get the vanilla experience of speed running the game, but you get the rando experience of no text boxes, quick swap, some of the rule set differences like icebreaker and diver down being allowed, the ability to use MSU packs for custom music, custom sprites, and so on.
Stair launch is also allowed, although I feel like we won't see it.
I have yet to see a Mire before pod route, although we will be seeing some different routes than you might be used to.
Yeah. And I think the most significant time difference between this and the original game is the text boxes. So the lack of text boxes makes it so much faster. And it's not just like from minute to minute, it's like you lose the mashing of cutscenes. All right, our runners are off. I thought this was open mode. No. And it's not randomized items either.
And that's 30 seconds of text box we just skipped by playing randomizer.
Yes. Yeah, runners can use all the quality of life changes on the rando ROM, including quick swap, using L and R to change items, including using MSU packs, which is allowed in races and speedruns, and including using custom sprites and heart color and all that stuff.
I like to point out the colors are swapped between the heart color. Flipheal's red sprite matches Spleebie's red heart, and Spleebie's green sprite matches Flipheal's green heart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly just saying that to avoid talking about pumping.
Right. Well, we can continue to avoid it. This is true. What we are talking about is movement. This is the most important thing about Escape. Just clean door entry, not getting hit by enemies.
Not opening that chest.
Yes, very true.
It's a little better when you don't get the text box for the map. You found the map. You can find your way. You're clearly lost because you're opening a chest with the map in it in NMG.
Right. But the text box was removed.
Yeah, and actually you'd think that mattered, but there is at least one place where you can pick up bombs in NMG. And in Randomizer you can pick them up a little bit faster. That place is Saha's Closet, which we'll see after Eastern. I don't know if either of these runners is a Saha's Closet player, where you get the rupees and the bomb, so you can bomb climb. I feel like Spleebie likes to bomb climb. Tower of Hera split.
I don't think I've seen that in these runners' routes. But we will see.
So I think Flipheal killed the guard. You would think you would just boom it, but yeah, there's some like lag reduction going on there. But he also seems like he took a little bit longer to deal with the ball and chain and the guard. Spleebie comes out a little bit ahead.
Right. A few clinks in there. So, our runners have rescued Zelda from the jail cell and will now be returning her to Sanctuary. Another text box time save will be with Sanctuary Heart. I'm pretty sure we'll see that from both runners. Again, with that text box removed, it's even faster than in vanilla. For anyone enjoying the MSU pack, I believe this is an original composition by Isabel Chiming. It is, I forgot the name of it exactly, but it's Zelda redone, basically. Especially Zelda 1 and 2.
It's what you think NES music sounded like. But NES music actually didn't sound this good.
Nice chest turn in Dark Cross for Spleebie. And you're seeing runners walk through and air pump as they walk through the water.
Both runners getting good patterns for the key rat, staying down, not giving them too much of a chase. Spleebie had to deal with that rat though, and we're coming up on a room that's slightly different from NMG. NMG has a text box skip, where you actually do suboptimal movement leading into these levers. To skip a text box from Zelda where she tells you to push the lever, in Randomizer you don't get that text, so you can actually diagonal out of the way.
We have the advantage of seeing the runners' streams in the commentary booth. We got a shake of the head from Flipheal, so maybe he wishes he could have done better in Escape. But Escape really doesn't matter that much. It's just seconds of difference.
Spleebie seems to have had a good escape, and I can tell not just because of his splits, which are red and green blobs, but he has a little PB video playing. And in the PB video playing is actually his whole stream, which means that video also has a PB video in it. I can see 4 iterations of this at the same time. Spleebie is about tied with the PB he got before the last one.
Yeah. I feel like we need to catch up with past Spleebie. And so both runners are using stair drag cancel to potentially save 10 frames on each staircase.
Yeah, Flipheal's turning on the stairs at the very end. That's not just over enthusiastic pumping. That does get you to normal walking speed a little bit faster than you normally would.
And it's funny to see other sprites, like the Piranha Plant, use that kind of movement. Alright, here we go in Eastern Palace. Okay. Well done.
Do you think that saved time?
I'm not totally sure if the runners... I'm always doubtful that the boomerang of the magic decanter saves time. So, I don't know.
Yeah, you're talking about frames here. It takes a few frames to use the boomerang. You get a few frames back on not refilling that magic after the boss. And the difference is probably single-digit frames if you can save time, which means if you're doing any kind of walking backwards or pausing, you're probably losing time.
Yeah, I think it's a 3-frame time save.
3 frames.
And I feel that at least one runner moved for more than 3 frames to throw the boomerang. But I don't know.
A chest turn, incidentally, is a 1-frame time save. And you'll see Spleebie save every single frame on every chest, like that one. He saved a frame there. We're just gonna ignore the fact that you're usually pausing a little bit when you chest turn.
For some frames.
You gotta really charge that up, you know? Slam those buttons.
Yeah, So, someone... Okay, I have to whisper when I'm not sure what I'm talking about. But, I think you can open chests from a pixel away. So you don't have to get as close as possible to a chest. But I think if you're using a chest turn, you have to walk all the way. So there's going to be some slop involved.
It sounds like if you don't have boots, you should just be mashing A as you approach a chest. If that's true. Maybe you should anyway, so you're opening it on the first frame you hit the chest. But once you have boots, then you're just dash dusting and kicking up a storm.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but I think you have the right idea. Alright, almost. Both runners using the 5 right strat. Spleebie gets hit at the end.
She only loses a little time. He's down to 6 arrows, which is not terrible. You can, I think, be worse off just by getting bad arrow drops.
This is such a close race. Obviously, it's bound to be close at this level of play. At this stage, Spleebie is just barely ahead from what I can tell. And we're coming into the desert segment now, so it could change things a little bit. Oh, we have different strats for leaving, perhaps.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I actually don't know what you're supposed to do there because I always get the rupees. Are you supposed to dash out? It's
probably a little bit more complicated than an easy yes or no. Not to, I wouldn't dash, but sometimes I do anyway. No, I'm not the best person to answer this question.
Sometimes dashing is just an excuse to take your hand off the controller and scratch your nose. So
yes,
I respect it.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're on our way to get the book from the library. There's a couple strats we could use here. It looks like both Flipheal and Spleebie are going for dashing on the library screen. Spleebie retries the spin speed.
Maybe he's trying to retrain himself on the new controller rubbers.
Uh-huh.
So retrying spin speed, I don't know if he's doing it because of this, but he does need to break in that controller. And actually, your race is probably not going to come down to that. No, and if it does, it's NMG League isn't really like hyper competitive or anything. It's only 3 weeks long. It's mostly just a way for people to stay in it so they don't completely stop running and lose everything they learned. This particular league is also geared towards getting randomizer players comfortable with speedrunning. A lot of rando players are not interested in speedrunning because it comes with a bunch of baggage like text boxes and mashing and just general like dealing with the vanilla game, and this takes that away. That one little barrier. There's a lot of rando players in here, not just Spleebie and Flipheal, which are both NMG runners, but there are people who are not NMG runners in this as well.
I love that about the league, bringing in new runners to the speedrun community. All right, here we are in desert, putting our boots to work, dashing through long hallways. And we're going to try not to use our rando brains and open the Popo chest.
I think Flipheal maybe fell victim to the 4 or 5 frames of sword lockout you get after dashing through an enemy.
Yes.
That happens all the time in the stream because you dash through an enemy and you have a cooldown of a few frames before you can use your sword again. And that can mess you up enough. You're pressing B and expecting the Popo to be gone, and it's not gone, and you bump into it.
Yeah, there's also a strat where you can dash up to kill the Popo, but I found it slightly inconsistent, personally. Out of Desert 1, and looks like our runners dash to Desert 2. Nice boomerang strat from Spleebie. Our runners will be using their boomerang a lot.
Does that save time?
I would have to time it. I'm not sure how much it would save.
The Popo room was not as friendly to Spleebie. It is very RNG heavy, whether you have to chase down those last two Popos near the door. His went way up and he had to dash into it. But Flipheal was able to charge a dash into the door and actually took a slight lead over Spleebie there.
Wow.
But you know, the slight lead is probably... We're probably going to forget about it because we're going into Landmo, which is still NMG Landmo. I hate to say it.
Flipheal's side.
Good opener for Spleebie. But he doesn't get very many hits. He actually kills one and doesn't hit any of the others. So it's definitely going to be at least a 4 cycle for Spleebie.
And an early 4 for Flipheal.
I guess we are talking about the slight lead because they still have that slight lead for Flipheal.
That was really neat to see. The boss RNG is seeded in this rando ROM, and both runners are playing the same seed. So really neat to see both runners respond to the same patterns.
I actually love the seeded RNG for the races in particular. I love seeing what the different runners, the little micro decisions they make in these boss fights, which you don't get to see in NMG races because they're doing different boss fights essentially.
Yeah. And we got to see this one in real time since they entered the fight at the exact same time.
It's Spleebie fixing his slope dash. He got a bad slope dash and had to fix it, and I think still got a bad one. So he did the right thing though of going under the pickle, which was going to get hit. And ooh, was that a mucka swim for Flipheal?
It was a return. Oh no, we got.
Oh no!
Talk about return.
It's not the worst thing that can happen. Yeah, so it looks like he entered the whirlpool from the wrong direction and had momentum going down. And went right back in it again. So
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. The thing is that the worst thing that can happen is actually getting hit. Because if you get hit, it's a soft lock. In the race context, we allow you to save and quit out of a soft lock in that particular scenario, but you still don't want to have to do that because it will lose you time.
Alright, so here we are in Death Mountain, known for its pretty rough RNG.
How did Spleebie not get hit by that boulder?
I don't know, that was awesome.
I'm glad because he got bullied a little bit, I think by dead rocks going up. Flipheal missing spin speed. This is actually a lot of safety and speed going up the mountain.
Yeah, so that's not what Flipheal wanted to see. Oh, we get the baby piranha plant like that. Alright, so... Okay, now both runners are at 3 hearts. Hera is a dangerous dungeon.
Most of the enemies in Hera do 1 heart of damage. Maybe all of them.
a bad mirror for Flipheal, unfortunately. He jumped a gun on the mirror.
That's unfortunate. It's not the worst place to get an early mirror, but...
Alright, pot spin speed.
the sturdy thick stick.
Pot
thin speed.
Pot spin speed fans rejoice.
There we
Spleebie
go.
pulled it off.
I think Flipheal's going for coffee break. I'll set up using one of his arrows to get a nice little peg stand without having to deal with the 3 frame perfect input that you normally would in NMG. And it's a little optimal because you don't have to hit the switch in the next room. You know, sometimes you just want a pot spin speed. And you also only have 6 arrows, and Flipheal had 9. Oh, okay. We're doing Beetle Party.
Yes.
That strat is so hard. But look, Spleebie actually gets a heart. I know that's probably not worth it, but I've seen quite a few Moldorm deaths. Because Moldorm does do a whole heart of damage, and this is still NMG Moldorm.
Yeah. Alright, so... yeah, we did not see a crystal switch hit. Spleebie is confident with 4 hearts now.
This bomb jump always makes me nervous. In Randomizer, the lag is a little more inconsistent. Because you have so many more HUD elements, then all the stuff that normally lags in the game can lag just a little bit more Randomizer. And the lag can mess up your timing for the spin. And if you mess this up, you lose the entire Hera climb. Oop. Yeah, dashing up and down through Moldorm wisely reconsiders. It's not safe to do that. You can dash left and right. Oh, Flipheal got bullied by Kadongos, it looks like. I see him throwing his arms up and having only 2 hearts. So, wish the best for him. Spleebie goes for the dash up. I think that was the right move. I mean, you can get lotteried there, but he was on the last hit and had plenty of health. And if he got hit, he wouldn't have been hit into a hole, most likely.
A bold move, but it worked out.
And Flipheal, that was a fantastic Moldorm fight.
Wow.
No worries at all. Just had that under control the whole time.
Yeah, a rough segment for Flipheal, but he's still not far behind. And, by the way, a gold on his sub-splits for Moldorm, like you said, well controlled.
It's hard to imagine a better Moldorm, outside of just getting better RNG.
Alright, now it's time for tree rupees. Our runners need to collect rupees for Palace of Darkness. And it's tough in vanilla preset. There's a little bit of extra lag on the Lost Wood screen. And that can make things slightly challenging. It doesn't really affect the strats involved. But it is a hard screen.
And it's not just lag, it's a stutter as the item loads in. It's a little different from the other lag that you get, where it's slow down. It makes you, it feels like you're on a staircase and you think you're on the last step, but it's actually one more.
Yeah.
It gives you that little, like, whoopsie-daisy feeling.
And Spleebie has Boomerang equipped. There's an additional strat we makes... So we'll see it right in a second here. Spleebie also needs to hit that hoarder. Oh,
Spleebie did not do the boom strat. Is it because he had to go for the hoarder?
Yes.
Okay.
That would... Because it changes the position you want to be in.
Yeah, he missed the bird. The bird. There's another thing called bird dash in this game, but he missed dashing into the bird, and he adjusted.
Flipheal equipped the boomerang to deal with picking up rupees that he pulled.
Just like normally. The strat is like where Spleebie was with the bush. You toss the boomerang and then dash down and tree pull. And then by the time the boomerang catches up with you, it gathers the rupees that you have pulled. It's really cool looking.
Yeah, I can't promise that these runners even do that strat. I just know that it's an additional challenge that you can do. Oh, by the way, both runners go above the torch in the Hyrule lobby, which I found to be a harder strat.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know one was harder than the other. I always thought it was just like a personal preference thing.
Yeah, and there are, I think, 3 strats there, which is pretty weird.
Really good first rooms of Aga Tower for both Spleebie and Flipheal. Spleebie still having beams in this room, which is a blessing and a curse, but man, he gets through it.
Pretty neat too.
Oh, right. Yeah, Boomerang kills bats.
Oh yeah, and it's like it actually gives you some defense. Flipheal saving time on Spleebie on the key chest. Let's go.
Yeah, he did the chest turn that is to save 1 frame and not the chest turn that you use to see the enemy RNG. Showing that he's truly doing it for the chest turn and not to save time. This room that Spleebie's in, I think that's red alert. That's another one where you can use the boomerang to kill bats. I've seen some people just walk in and boom the bats immediately and it kills both of them. Gets them out of the equation. You don't need to kill bats. They don't count for kill rooms, but you could see that when Spleebie was doing that room, I think he actually did get blocked by a bat.
Yeah, you can use the boom, you can use the arrow, the bow. You can use beams. Alright, on to Aghanim.
I'll count Spleebie, you count Flipheal.
Right. I think at the end we'll see a 0-0. And our runners will be approximately the same as where they entered the fight.
If you're running a seeded version of this, where you're doing the same seed over and over again, like qualifiers did, you'll actually memorize Aga's patterns and optimize for the warps, knocking him in the direction that would make his warps shortest. In normal unseeded, in this case the seed was rolled fresh, maximize the odds that the warp is shorter. Same thing you do in NMG. But in this one, we don't even have blue balls to talk about, so that's what we'll be talking about. Also, how close this race is. Flipheal was a little behind, but he had an excellent Aga Tower, so I think he may have made up a little time on Spleebie here. We'll find out coming out of how close this race is. Flipheal was a little behind.
On to Palace of Darkness. Our runners' rupees look good. Oh, Spleebie had to adjust because we had a Hinox throw a bomb to the right.
Flipheal is negative. Both Spleebie and Flipheal are on pace right now by just a little bit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good to see Flipheal recover on his PB here. Assuming he's running against PB splits. And Spleebie's in the pod. In the speedrun community, we've been exploring a new route for this dungeon. Top runners have been looking at a 2-hover pod, which is pretty crazy, but it does save time. And it's earned runners their first sub 6-minute Palace of Darkness. And of course that's in the original game. But the same strats could apply here.
I am curious if Spleebie goes for it. I think some people will go for it like once, and then if it's not going to work out, they'll just move on.
Well, he's not doing that route because
Okay, he
we
wouldn't
would-
be here now if he was.
yeah, we would get the arena ledge key second.
Oh, right. So you can't just go for it and back it up. You do have to actually commit. Because you're skipping this key. If you miss, you have to backtrack.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
You'd have to just transition back and fall down.
Okay, this might be our first menu in the game. Spleebie used maybe, 2 menu buffers to do the hammer jump, which is like the optimal number that you do in NMG when you're not sword buffering or anything. Flipheal did a sword buffer for that one.
Nice.
I think making it only 1 buffer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that scared me, but Flipheal knew what he was doing.
Oh, I'm told it's 3.
Oh
I
no,
can't count.
Spleebie took a hit from a red beetle, which costs 2 hearts. He can recover full health with
Yeah. In NMG, you always want to heal to full health here, so you can have beams for the switch in the basement. But in the random preset, you don't really have to do that because you can use the boomerang or an arrow, and there's no menuing.
It is a race, so maybe
it is a race.
you want to have.
And
full
Helmastar
health
still
for
does
Helma.
2 hearts of damage. I would be getting those 2. Definitely missing 3 hearts. Like, you see, Flipheal didn't get them. Because he was only missing the 1 hammer jump heart. He has 6 hearts. He can get hit twice and not die. He can even get hit by a turtle and still be able to get hit twice on Helmasaur. So that's pretty safe.
You know what I've noticed? Flipheal loves dashing. We're seeing a lot of dashes that you don't have to go for. Flipheal dashes up and then right into the pod basement staircase.
What was that sideways turtle? That was weird. It worked out for Flipheal, but I've never seen it before. One of the turtles got knocked onto the torch. Okay, so Helmasaur I think will also give the same RNG for both runners, including the number of fireballs. This one's pretty rough. Spleebie gets 2 fireballs, and that's fine. It looked like he was just trying to be really aggressive for the last hit and take advantage of his invincibility frames, and got hit too far upward. Let's see how Flipheal handles it. He got phased much lower for Flipheal.
Ah, nice.
Seems to be not in the fireball that Spleebie was in, so he gets a perfect phase 2.
That's great. And again, seeded RNG, so both runners dealt with the same fireball pattern. Yeah, we knew Spleebie was fine because he posted Super M209 fine. All right, here's the Hedge Maze return. A very difficult screen. The enemies are set up to damage Link just randomly. And it's pretty punishing.
Oh
no,
and
that
bonk
is
is punishing. Yeah, that thing does 3 hearts. So that Murder Dactyl does 3 hearts, and you have to dash correctly and not get hit by it. And then if you bonk, yeah, you see what happened there. Luckily, Thieves Town is, it's... I don't want to say
consistent.
It's consistent. There's a lot of, enemy RNG, though, that makes it difficult, and Hellboy, of course. The boss is consistent. If you're on script, you're probably fine. If you're off script, you're probably dead. So it doesn't really matter how much hearts you bring into that fight.
And Spleebie gets the important Usain Bolt spin speed.
Why is Spleebie saying Rip Fairy in chat? Did he kill an Usain Bolt and get a fairy drop?
I don't know. I missed it. I think it might be a comment on Flipheal, though. Because Flipheal was looking for a fairy.
Oh, and he just didn't get lucky. I see.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt is not fairy pack. Okay. I've never, like, tried to kill those things, so...
Oh, wow. I actually forgot what they are, yeah.
Ruse dog! Is that the thing that Flipheal got hit by?
Shoutouts to Thwayne. Yes, that is a snake. Doom to Bork.
Are they actually the same? So Usain Bolt and Red Guard are not...
Get it.
Okay, this is a part of the screen you don't see very often. Usain Bolt that doesn't aggro immediately are actually two different enemies, so I didn't assume that they were the same prize pack. You'll be amazed what this game does to sort enemies.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing, though. I hope Flip, like, doesn't take any damage in Thieves to justify getting that fairy.
Yeah. Alright, Hellway. Did Spleebie adjust to it? Oh, did he adjust to it?
That was really good,
No,
whatever he did.
Yeah, it worked out. Only 2 dashes.
I feel like he got a second different God Pixel for the RNG that he had. That any little left or right would have not worked. Look, yo-ho. I'm allowed to compliment the player's luck.
Here we go.
Flipheal just gets God Pixel. Nice. Luck issue. It's interesting Flipheal slashing the cricket instead of hammering. Is it because he was on hammer, right?
Yeah, a slash is faster.
Is it faster when you have to do it twice? Or, oh, he did it once and then threw the pot. I see.
Yeah.
So it's really just about getting out of your way.
I don't know.
Nice arrow drop, Spleebie.
Because I feel like a slash might still keep the thing around. Alright, mitts for Spleebie. Opening the chest on the very corner. Oh no. I'm surprised he got shocked there.
Yeah, that was weird.
I think it's because he didn't delay after the 2 slashes.
The 2 slashes is weird because, like, if you're just using the 2 slashes to buffer, it's not enough, right? You have to wait a beat. 3 slashes is fine, but it'll be a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
You can save time by not doing 3 slashes. Yeah, he didn't fall though, that's what matters. And Spleebie appears to be on script. Flipheal, as I predicted, is at full health going into blind.
Yes.
So it's a good thing he got that fairy.
And nice hammer dash to the right to get the last pot switch. Solid fight for Spleebie. We do not care about seeded RNG in this fight, as there is no real RNG.
You know what is seeded, though?
What is that?
The blind pun.
The blind pun, that's right.
Alright, perfect damageless Thieves Town for Flipheal.
Yeah, awesome.
All sets. Unfortunately, the overworld's probably going to kill the actual gold, but Still very good to see the dungeon go well for him.
Yeah.
He does save time over PB.
Ah. Very good. And it's time to grab the smith, get the tempered sword. Spleebie dashes into the room. One of my favorite moves. It's just because you get mixed up on which movement you need to do in the room.
Oh, of course, yeah. Oh gosh, and randomizer's different.
Yeah,
Vanilla preset
it is.
Randomizer, so you don't get the same smith sequence because you don't have to talk to him or anything. You just turn in the item, turn in the smith, go outside, and go back in and get the item. And NMG, you have to actually go off screen. You have to give him your sword and then go off screen and then come back and get your sword.
Nice muffins dash from Spleebie.
Nice tribute to the fastest dash in the game. I like to call those the scratch your nose dashes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just scratching my nose. I needed to take my hand off of my D-pad for a second.
Yeah. Get an extra long transition.
I need to mark my tracker. I just found Mitts and it opened up a whole lot of checks, and I'm trying to figure out how to route the rest of the seed. Alright, it looks like Flipheal got the RNG for the spears, where you have to go up a little bit and dash.
Yeah, any kind of delay there. And thanks, Fox, for explaining a nicer way to deal with the 2/ method.
Oh, no.
And these. Oh, okay.
I'm
Watch
not
out for
sure
Rokas.
what happened to Flipheal. It looked like he got himself in a corner. And I'm wondering if there's going to be more Stacy chasing for him.
Oh.
Oh, that's a little far. He knows it. So he's going to do it again. Yeah, that was too far from the pit.
Rough on Flipheal's resources, but that's okay.
I don't remember if we even care about bombs that much in preset, because we're
not
doing...
as much because of no Ice Palace, bombable floor, or bomb jump.
I hope falling in the pit doesn't mess up Spleebie's room. It looks like it's good. If you fall in the pit in the previous room, your Wallmaster can load at a different time.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like he got the Wallmaster in that room, so he didn't have to deal with it at all in this one. And he got the fast strat. Was that like Cypher Mumway or something?
Yep.
Where was... Spleebie's wondering where the Wallmaster was. The Wallmaster was in the previous room, Spleebie. When you fell in the pit. Good fight.
Yeah, it was behind him off.
We'll get the same mod and just have a good fight as well. Because he does die to one hit. Oh, he's gonna get the heart so he doesn't die to one hit. I think that's smart.
Definitely.
He gets a really good opener, the double poke dash, and a 9 out of 10 moth fight. So, good to see.
Spleebie flutes to 8. We're seeing a special route from Spleebie. He'll be getting the ice rod first and then doing a water walk. We'll see where Flipheal goes. I wonder if Spleebie was checking for a bomb, since that was a 50-50 bomb rock he picked up. Okay, so this is Flipheal's time to get quick. And we get a tink. We didn't hear it, but it was there.
I'll redeem it on your channel later for him.
for the ding.
Just imagine the ding.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nice. Wow, Spleebie got the good dash. That always scares me to see people dashing in that screen.
It is scary, and personally, I think a diagonal is harder to deal with than a cardinal right. For some reason, I think you get to clip the land a little bit more when you walk to the right. I feel that you splash sooner with the diagonal, but I could be wrong.
Maybe avoiding the randomizer player trap of standing next to Zora so you don't get the item. Because what if it's nothing? It's a little bit of muscle memory that comes from doing the water walk, I think. But if you're doing the NMG, no flippers dashing through shallow water, you're not going to do that. But I think when you're doing water walk, it's easy to think like, oh, I'm doing rando.
Yeah.
So it's probably nothing.
There are little time saves all over the place that we're not really discussing. For example, we see our runners walk into the transition in and out of Zora's domain to save on lag frames during the transition. So it's Swamp Palace next for Spleebie. This is a nice option because you get hook shot early and you get to use it to do all kinds of fun stuff.
The downside to this route is you don't have Cane, so we're doing a randomizer specific legal glitch called Diver Down that can be done with a Cane or a bomb. That might be why Spleebie was looking for bombs, because he didn't want to have to farm them in here. He will be using a bomb in the back of Swamp. Flipheal looks like he's also going to Swamp. Similar routes, although Flipheal did a more traditional Quake and Flippers together, and Spleebie did no Quake yet. So now we don't know who's ahead just from looking at them. You had to start doing a little bit of bookkeeping.
I'm no accountant, but I'll just talk, see how it goes.
It's always exciting. I like when they all go to Turtle Rock at the end. And then you can see who's ahead. It's very similar to experience to like the all dungeons races where everyone's doing a different route. And then they all get to GT and it's like, oh, now it's a race. I didn't realize they were that close.
Oh yeah.
Another upside to doing Swamp a little earlier is that it's not Mire. And Mire with this many hearts is kind of scary. But once you have Swamp done, you have the hook shot for Mire, and you also have one more heart.
Good bomb option for Flipheal, the one pot above the key pot. Oh, the red Bari.
Oh,
why is it there?
Why is it there? It could have been a little more down or a little more up. It would have been fine.
Yeah, it's almost as if Flipheal walked a little bit too far down. And I don't know, maybe that's a thing.
How do you feel about that hammer dash?
I don't feel that
I've never
it was optimal.
seen someone do that before.
Uh-huh.
But knowing that you have the hammer out in NMG, if it was optimal, everyone would be doing it in NMG, so it's probably not. I also feel like those levers have a deceptive hitbox. So you're prone to bonking.
Yeah, they're hard to deal with.
We're being told that it saves less than 5 frames, that's fewer frames than you save from grabbing the wall when you get the lever to despawn your shield, which I think Flipheal would just do out of principle.
True.
I'm also not sure if the fact that Rando has a little extra lag plays into it. If despawning the shield actually makes any difference in Rando, or if it makes even more difference than it would. It's a pretty good switch walk. I don't know what you call this. When you push the switch optimally, where you're not pushing it longer than you need to, you have more time to walk. So you can gauge how well you did that room by how close you are to the pegs. You can even be on the pegs if you're really good.
You saw Spleebie quick swap to boomerang ahead of time, not to use his boomerang, but to be able to quick swap to the hook shot quickly.
Did you see that bonk that Flipheal did to avoid the fire snake? That was pretty cool.
I missed it. And here's Diver Down for Spleebie. He'll be using the right side method. Oh, he misses it somehow. I'm not sure if maybe he wasn't centered. He's on to his last bomb. It looked good. There he goes.
That's a little scary because if that failed, he would have to backtrack and do an NMG because there's no other bombs in Swamp.
Yeah.
There's bombs in the pots. There's one here in the room Spleebie's in now. There was one at the start, but none of the chests have bombs. They're all rupees.
Alright, on to Argus. Spleebie has 3.5 hearts. Argus deals 2 hearts of damage. And Spleebie's going for a 0 cycle attempt. Drops the sword, goes able to continue. And there we go, a 0 cycle.
That was not... I didn't expect that to be a 0 cycle.
Yeah, and
that was good.
The second cycle was too far to the right for Spleebie to handle the typical strat, so it was a 2 cycle second phase. But yeah, the RNG on this Argus seemed a little slow, and that gives you time. So we'll see how Flipheal handles it. No more bomb farming for Flipheal. He's fine with his 2.
Getting that slope dash, but not actually getting it. I don't quite understand that slope dash. The Flipheal does. The rune that lets you dash straight out of the room and not bonk on the door.
Yeah, there are some X coordinates that work. Oh no, Flipheal couldn't recover.
Careful. Okay, he was okay. Good. He didn't get the 0 cycle, but he also didn't die, so that's good.
He does get a 1 cycle second phase. Very well done.
Argus is one of those bosses that you don't expect to die to, but you can. It's happened to everybody. No, but it usually happens to people attempting the 0 cycle.
Yeah.
In my experience.
Pretty shocking when it does. Alright, so both runners coming out of Swamp go for the... and we'll be going to Misery Mire. Spleebie gets to use the hook shot across Mire 1, which is a nice little time save. Both runners will.
So, tell me, Flipheal has Quake. How does Spleebie get Quake? Does he really just run to Catfish out of Swamp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of after Mire.
Okay.
And after
you flew to
flew to 4 like
guess.
normal
like
for
ice.
Quake. And then you mirror after Quake and you're at the Whirlpool to go to
the
Ice
Whirlpool.
Palace.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You're not just fluting again. It's interesting that the Whirlpool saves time even when you don't have to menu to the flute.
Yeah, I find it less stressful. Even the Whirlpool. I feel like the RNG, it doesn't put Zoras in your way.
Oh, that's interesting because you're not on the screen for as long. Because
Right.
you're mirroring into it. I like that. Nice Smite 2 for Flipheal. Are there any bombs used in the rest of the game besides, I think Turtle Rock might have one? Wait, does Turtle Rock have one? No. Ganon's Tower has one.
Bombs.
Yeah.
Yep, the first room of Turtle Rock. The Peg's Maze as well.
Oh, I don't mean to get, I mean to use.
No. Nope. Yeah, we just need to use a bomb in
Flipheal.
Bob's room.
Good point. Flipheal needs it for the ice rod.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Which kind of explains why like Flipheal has 2 bombs, Spleebie has 1. If they're routing the bombs correctly, both of them have a backup spooky bomb, as well as a bomb for GT, so they can... It's the comfortable amount of bombs to have.
We'd be going low, but at least he doesn't get hit by a whiz rope. I didn't see dash dust from Spleebie.
Oh, guess we'll find that.
Correction. I saw dash dust from Spleebie.
Okay, I wasn't looking.
So, spooky action going well for Spleebie. Gets 1 and 2. I'm so thankful for these 3 switches in a row that we can hit with the fire rod's area of effect.
It boggles my mind that there's this glitch, spooky action, and it has exactly 3 good uses, and all of them are in Mire. 3
And
in a row.
sequential rooms.
Like, why is that? Like, there could have been 1 in Swamp if the things were laid out a little differently. Left side Swamp could have had spooky potential, some other things, but Mire is the place where it shines, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Means you actually have to magic route in Mire a little bit.
I can't believe I missed the quick hop. Alright, nice Mire from Spleebie. And now he will be going to 4. And this is going to be his Quake Trek. Nice spooky too for Flipheal using the dash strat. Vitreous is no problem for Flipheal. And Vitreous is down. Lottery dash for Spleebie, and he's still at full health. Has to deal with a Flare Rock, flashes down to get rid of it.
I never knew what that enemy was called.
And it's Flipheal's turn to gather the ice rod. Being very safe with the crabs. It's good. Nice use of the hook shot for Flipheal. Spleebie did not have that opportunity to save frames. There's the boom in Ice 2 for Spleebie. Doesn't get it optimally, but does show useful for. Let's see what Flipheal wants to do in Ice 2.
Flipheal.
That's the race.
Spleebie. Alright, Icebreaker. The other rando glitch that we get to do.
Very well done.
The cool thing about Icebreaker is that it's not the Ice Palace bomb jump.
And at the same time, Flipheal also used the boom strat. And he had to walk around the Baris, but it worked out.
Is this the route where if you miss Icebreaker, you have a magic problem?
Yes.
Okay, so Flipheal is a magic problem.
That's right. I'm not sure how he will deal with it.
By the way, you can totally get blue mail here.
Yes,
and they're
true.
choosing not to do it just to keep their heart colors coordinated. Because obviously, if Spleebie got blue mail, then his mail color wouldn't match Flipheal's hearts, and that would be bad.
Assuming that Flipheal has full health, he won't need full magic going into Cold Stare because he could use Fire Rod dupes.
There aren't really any places where you should lose health in this Ice Palace. Honestly, it's one of the safer routes you can take. Because you're not dealing with Pengators nearly as much. There's no intentional damage boost through that big spike in the middle of the room. You can use your hook shot to cross the spike floor, which is what Flipheal would have done. And if you're really in trouble, you can get a key and open that door. And you can spawn these enemies infinitely. He's on the arrows. There's the magic.
Yeah, Flipheal playing it safe will have full magic.
That's true. I mean, if you have Pengators, you can get magic. But if you're on the route that gets Pengators, then you're not going to have magic problems. Unless you have like a really awful Ice 2 and the bad Zorda RNG. What is this? Oh yeah, Flipheal does left Cold Stare. Doesn't go quite right, but that's okay. He doesn't actually, he's never really in danger here. Just has to chase him around a bit. So did Spleebie.
Just a little bit. Alright, so Turtle Rock Overworld, always difficult. Spleebie walks into a dead rock, but in his defense, he's setting up a hook dash so that he can get super speed. Oh no! Flipheal's trapped in the Waffle House.
Dead rock jail.
Yes. So Flipheal took a bit more damage.
There is a backup to this though, which is that it is less costly to mirror out of Crystal Roller Room in Rando because you have Quick Swap.
Oh.
Mind the gap.
Yes.
I don't even think there was a gap. I think he just walked into the pit. Spleebie also in a bit of a health situation. Flipheal just choosing to eat a fairy, which is a good idea.
Yeah, definitely. All the enemies in Turtle Rock are very dangerous. Most of them deal 4 hearts of damage. We intentionally take 3 hearts of damage from the roller room. We get a heart for Spleebie, but no magic.
I think if you're getting a heart there, and also walking Crystal Roller Room, you're probably better off mirroring out. That's just my opinion. Ooh, that's a bit of a Monka for Flipheal. He actually kind of needed those beams that he got to deal with that Bari, that spawn camping.
Oh, that is helpful. Meanwhile,
go ahead.
Spleebie gets the nice beam strat for Chomps.
Yeah, he gets his fairy and his heart.
Oh, Flipheal does a dash down. That's interesting. I haven't really seen that before, but it looked fast.
It looked good, yeah. Definitely faster than Spleebie's walk. And we get the magic. Let's go. And Flipheal gets both the magic and the fairy and chomps. Pre-chomps.
That's good. So, same strat for Flipheal. Has to walk around slightly to the left, but not a problem. Thank you, Yoho, for the explanation.
Aoki's to not seeded RNG. Flipheal will not necessarily get what Spleebie got there. Potential to save or lose time, just by luck. This is probably one of the more dramatic RNG rooms in terms of you can just lose time for no fault of your own.
Yeah.
Without it being a boss fight.
And the Dark Maze for Spleebie. In Rando, we have an opportunity to use Hookshot here. Spleebie does not go for that.
Both of them very healthy going into... Well, I don't want to speak too soon for Flipheal, but Spleebie going into nice. Into laser skip and gets the fast laser skip. Nicely done. That I think requires an RNG read and some pretty fast reactions.
And the nice and easy Turtle Rock Peg Maze strat for Spleebie. It's a bomb opportunity, but he doesn't need it.
Flipheal hookshotting to iframe through. I like that you can do that. He's very healthy. I don't think he really needed to, but it's still cool. Maybe he uses a beam strat in here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he also gets a fast. The
beams really helped.
Yeah, he actually got to deal with the beetle on the way out by hitting it twice and not having to actually chase it down. That's pretty cool.
So surprising. I wouldn't expect beams to be used in that room.
He's having a bit of a battle with his Samaria block, though.
Yeah, Samaria blocks always make you look a little silly when you get stuck in them.
Unless you're in a door, then it's cool. And it makes the game look silly.
Yeah, it does. And it extends the doorway.
That bonk over Trinex's head was pretty swag. He didn't need to do that. I think he's just fluffing his bonk count for the credits. So I guess we can talk about the race as a race, because Spleebie is a little bit ahead going into Ganon's tower, and, you know, put your numbers in chat, 1 through 1. Actually, there might be, like,
I think it's technically
keys.
4.
It's 4, okay. There's a few keys that you get on the way, and maybe the arrows. Spleebie doesn't need the arrows. Flipheal does. So Flipheal will get 1 extra check on Spleebie. You'll see it in the credits.
I think it's Spleebie. I think Spleebie's guessing correctly.
Well, my guess for Flipheal is 4, because I'm guessing 1 more than Spleebie, because he has to get the bob arrows.
I can see that.
Okay, if you were to do a 69 item run, where you have to do this category, but you had to finish with 69, what would be your extra checks?
Fox mentioned that maybe the hard piece of Spectacle Rock would be a good one.
I would consider like Back of Saw's Closet, because you could actually benefit from those.
True.
So I'd want something that gives me resources. I also really tickled by the fact that Fox has already routed this question that I just asked on the fly based on a chat. Oh, you're absolutely right. The answer is blue mail.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Flipheal gets hit by Ice Armos, but catches.
Saves it, yeah.
Yeah, saves it.
Saving Ice Armos after getting hit is one of the hardest things.
Yeah. All right, Gauntlet for Spleebie. Oh, goes for a snipe. Up slash doesn't quite get there. A little extra time in G2.
That last Salvos is always the hardest, and then this last Zazak, of course, can just make you go all the way around. Looks like he goes for G4 arrow. I think he's a G5 arrow person usually, but you don't normally do it when you don't have a menu buffer. Because the menu buffer helps you read the RNG to make sure the G5 arrow will actually work.
Yeah, 4 and 5 went well for Spleebie.
Ooh. I love when the Lambo dies with its head in the sand.
Okay, I disagree with that final fire rod shot not hitting on Spleebie's side. Oh no!
Flipheal. Oh,
Flipheal got caught in G1.
Wow, he has 2 hearts. Heart drops somehow.
Yeah.
Which is good.
That is good.
He's actually getting extraordinary luck on the variety pack. He might get another one.
Yeah, true.
He's just... Oh no, Flipheal. It's not over yet, but I had to say, it's like going into Gauntlet 5 with half a heart is terrifying. And going into Lambo is terrifying, because any of those
really
rocks can kill you.
Lambo is one of the scariest fights in one-hit KO.
If Flipheal can keep his head and survive to the top of GT, I will be very happy. He's doing it so far. There's a heart in here. As long as he doesn't like fall in a pit and get hit by something. Wizrobe is always going to kill him, so that doesn't matter. No heart drops though, the luck ran out. Meanwhile, Spleebie in Circle of Pots. Well, Circle of Pegs. What do we call this? Pre-Moldorm chest. It's a randomizer. Yeah, get both hearts.
Right.
Let's go.
I like Circle of Pegs though. Moldorm 2 is down for Spleebie. And Flipheal has recovered to 3.5 hearts.
I think he's out of beeping. But he can still get one shot by one of these eyes. In fact, if I was him, I don't know, I'm a coward, but I would like get that heart up there, because then I could survive an eyeball to the face and then survive a game.
Oh, yeah.
And fire bat or something.
I remembered, I picked up that heart for so long.
Oh. I've never seen the hook shot in the mini Moldorm before.
Yeah, that was neat.
That was cool. Oh! A triple for Spleebie. I think he just needs one more here. There we go. He knows it's not going to be a blue ball because the RNG is seeded and it's not... There's no blue balls in this fight. Flipheal just going for the hovers. Hovering in place. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's hovering to save the run or for the meme or what. But he was actually a little bit on pace at GT Big Key.
Yeah, Flipheal, it looks like it's been a roller coaster ride for him with his Christmas tree splits.
It also looks like he's having trouble getting the hovers off the ground. Like, not even just not dropping the hover, but even moving at all. But he also, I don't know if he watches the race. If he watches the race, he probably knows he's already behind and Spleebie enough to mess up. So he's just sticking to his guns here. Spleebie having a good phase 1 and phase 2.
There's so many narrow misses with those fire bats, but Spleebie controlled it.
Well, I have to say, I'm very proud of Flipheal for making it out of Gauntlet.
Yes.
Oh, it's a blue Ganon. Flipheal will also get this RNG, provided he doesn't die. Well, I think even then the RNG... He'd have to die like after the RNG has happened for the RNG to reset.
And on to phase 4
What was
for
that?
Spleebie.
That's unfortunate. He finally goes for the Moldorm kill and dashes through him, and Moldorm just charges too fast. Doesn't let him get a word in edgewise. That is Monka Moldorm there. It's like a Moldorm bounce almost. He's going to kill Moldorm and hover. It's too bad that you don't get to keep Moldorm dead. Because we're in Ganon's tower. If we weren't in Ganon's tower and Moldorm we'd be able to keep Moldorm dead. And that is GG for Spleebie. Very good Ganon fight. And, you know, fantastic PB. It's 12 seconds ahead of his last run. His last PB, that is.
I did not realize Spleebie was on base in those last few splits.
He has been on a tear. I mean, he has golds in Mire and Ice. Sorry, Mire and TR. They're hard to read. Ice is actually just 0.1 off gold, so it's almost a donut. It's like a donut hole.
Mm-hmm. Yum. Yeah, but Spleebie has had a good run the whole way through. I just forgot to look at the end. So congrats to Spleebie on the PB. We'll see if he wants to join us in the booth for a chat.
And of course, what's the question we ask? Is he going to go for the 15? When 15? When League is over for him?
I have an idea of what that answer is. But we'll find out. I heard someone.
I did hear someone.
I don't know if it was my imagination or the real Spleebie.
Hello, Spleebie.
Hello.
GG.
Thanks, GG. Flip. He's not answered if he's coming.
Yeah, congrats, Spleebie, on the PB and the race win. And the Desert Palace division win, I believe. So, how are you feeling about this run?
Pretty good. I choked a little bit on the Ganon fight after the blue Ganon. I think I still could have gotten a 115.
No, I apologize for being a little distracted during the Ganon fight.
Oh, it's fine. If you were like, oh, he's on PB pace, he just needs to not heck up Ganon, that would have been worse.
I did not. I didn't actually notice that you were on that much of a pace. I could see that you were green and gold.
But yeah, run went pretty well, I think. Hard to complain about a PB and the race win.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I was slightly nervous in Swamp when you were down to your last bomb at Diver Down, but it went fine in the end. And the
yeah, I was a little nervous there too.
Yeah, nice Zero Cycle Argus.
That was like one of the most zero cycles I've ever seen.
Yeah, I thought it was not gonna zero cycle.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna die because that Argus is just charging you so fast.
Yeah, and I could take one hit, I think, and I think I did. Maybe not.
You didn't finish on Oko, but it's so easy for Argus to just walk all over you once you
Yeah,
are like
that's
stuck and you
true.
can't slash your sword because you're in hook speed state.
Yeah, I was surprised I still got the 0 cycle. I've gotten that in practice, like dropping the sword and redoing the hook dash, but yeah, it was crazy.
Do you have any splits you're particularly proud of in this run?
No, I'm looking at them.
The gold ones?
The gold TR where I walked into a pit and walked out of roller room. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's time save for your next run. For your
That was all because
115,
of the
the lag.
laser bridge.
Oh yeah, you and
Oh yeah,
Flipheal
nice
both
laser
got
bridge.
excellent
They're
laser bridge. Flipheal did something really
making
cool
up
where
for the time
he
loss.
hook shotted to avoid taking damage in the maze, and then he had beams to deal with the beetle on the laser bridge. I thought that was like absolute galaxy brain rando play.
Is it really worth losing the time on the maze though? I don't know.
It's better than getting wrecked for sure. He
I
didn't
mean,
flip,
if
so
you're at
his hook
like
shot was
4
like
hearts, then
it was
maybe.
like half a second because he was hooking a rail. He wasn't doing the whole full length of the hook shot.
Okay.
It was like a downward. It was very slick.
Yeah.
You
Well,
almost
that's got
didn't
to be a
notice it.
tight window then.
But yeah, it looked hard. And it's like if you miss it, you lose a few frames. Well, you missed maybe like 1 second for the hook shot and you take damage. You were going to take damage anyway. So I can see you in chat saying you're not going to run this again, but you always do NMG on Thursdays.
There's
How does it
there's always
feel?
next league.
How's it going to feel going back into the world of text?
Yeah, I need to break in my face button rubbers.
Yeah,
Um,
what a better
yeah,
way to
I've
break
always
in than mashing Swamp Palace Crystal?
yeah, right. I've always felt like the rando speed run is a little weird. Like I love rando, don't get me wrong. But I like my speed run to be like the actual speed run. And I wasn't really a fan of this, but I'm doing it for League. So if League does it again, I'll probably do it again.
I was a fan because I was looking forward to a vanilla preset league. I've been wanting to run it myself. I can see a return to the NMG speedrun. However, would be good to run that again. Do you have a? So? Spleebie, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you are Desert Palace champion. And do you have a donation in mind?
I totally forgot about that. I have no idea. Um, I'll have to look into it and get back to Fox.
Yeah, and GG's again. GG's again to Flipheal, who is not in here with us, but it was a roller coaster ride of a run. It looked like he was going back and forth from being ahead and behind.
Flipheal is in the race room saying he needed a minute, implying that he might join us for an interview.
Well, managed only 66 on the collection rate. I've had a 67 and a couple 68s, I think.
We were speculating that Flipheal would have one more than you if he finished because he got the Bob arrows because he needed them and you didn't. That would make it 67, and just two more, like, blue mail and one more thing would have made it very nice,
Ooh,
in
blue
my
mail.
opinion. Yeah, you can get blue mail. You didn't need it, but you can get it. That looks cool. I do have to ask, was it intentional that you and Flipheal coordinated your heart colors and your sprite colors?
No. I don't know if he always does green hearts or I just always do red. We coordinated the file names, but that was it.
I feel like if I was maining the Piranha Plant sprite, I would pick green because it looks like the Piranha Plant's body, you know, like the vines.
Yeah.
I think that's thematic, and I think it's pretty cool that that's what he chose.
I mean, plant blood is green, right?
It is all sorts of colors.
Sort
Yellow
of.
is a common one too, especially out of trees. Plant blood.
What? It's a thing. Well, thank you, Chex and Malmo, for doing the commentary. It was super fun to watch along. That is something I enjoy a lot about speedrunning over rando races, is being able to actually watch the restream and hear what's going on, and find it pretty fun.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for racing it. I'm not sure if Flipheal will be joining us for an interview. So if not, thanks to ZSR for hosting us again. Thanks to Fox for helping out with this new league season, or the 4th league season, that is. Thanks to everyone. Foxless love.
Okay. I think this is a good time to wrap it up. GG's to our runners again, Spleebie and Flipheal. And thank you, of course, to our commentators, Chex Human and Malmo. Yeah, that is going to do it for this race. There is at least one more NMG League race on our schedule on ZSR. I know there's like 4 or 5 left in the season. Currently, just one is on our schedule at ZSR, but the schedule's always changing. So keep an eye on that, or keep an eye on the League Discord to see where restreams are happening. So yeah, thanks everyone. The next one on ZSR, I should probably say what it is. Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, Desert Palace Division, Secretly a Sliver versus, I don't know how to pronounce their name. I should have practiced. I typed it in chat. Okay.
Willie.
Willie, thank you for saving me. Wonderful. Okay, cool. Willie versus Secretly a Sliver, Sunday. All right. In the meantime, I am going to send you over to Sakura Tsubasa. She's playing some Link to the Past rando. Yeah. Great. All right. See you all next time. Thanks for watching.